and Logan Paul are taking on the Lunchables monopoly with their eldritch horror combination of treats called Lunchly, making sure each piece comes with a bottle of Prime and a Feastables chocolate bar. This probably wouldn't be newsworthy at all on a regular day, as those three influencers
would y'all buy vitamins if I sold them to you? How would you feel about that?
Releasing food products to make.
I would sell things and I would promise the most outrageous thing possible. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I get it. Everybody wants to make money selling the exact same things that other companies have been selling and they haven't been beneficial for years, and they want to be the next person to take advantage of the trend. But I feel like I should tell people, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Everybody likes Red Bull, but I'm sure there's like a percentage of people out there that really think they can fly after they have a drink. And that's what I want to promise. I want to promise people invincibility, invisibility. You know what I'm saying? I want to promise like reverse aging, eternal youth.
The second pick.
I want to do a whole bunch of shit. I'm gonna just be honest, bro. I'm gonna promise the world. I'm gonna be like a politician, bro. Call me Donald Trump. I'm sorry, not like that, but like, I'm gonna promise you a whole bunch of stuff is basically what I'm trying to say, bro. I'm not gonna be realistic with my selling approach. And will that get me sued? Maybe, but it will also bring massive success.
Well, money is something that happens on a pretty consistent basis. However, the fact that
they're playing it too safe. What happened to YouTubers, man? I cannot stand anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money simple. Well, I mean, you just figured out how business works, buddy. How does this benefit their fans? It doesn't. That's what the money-making aspect of it is. This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them do better. You are correct, and they should know better, but that's business.
TDM ended up criticizing the announcement is what has got the internet riled up.
But what did they sell it as? Like, what did they market it as? You know what I'm saying? What did they market it as?
As on the 17th,
they're sitting there marketing it, telling people like, oh, this is gonna make you healthy. I'm not gonna lie, low-key respect it, but I don't. Moral side of me doesn't respect it. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's like, yo, you got a 5-year-old fan that just wants to be closer to you and be as big and as good as you are. In their mind, they thinking, yo, this piece of candy or this chocolate bar gonna get me to that level. I'm gonna take and steal mom's credit card on some calm shit, but she not gonna know.
Yes, you got a late stage like I'ma sell gummies the size of hands with that good sugar in it.
What?
It be on sale for $10.
What? I don't think we gonna be selling the same thing.
Of December, he asked, what happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything.
I already read that.
His post quickly racking up 35 million views, as of course MrBeast is an extremely hot topic in the online.
They said it was better than Lunchables? Is Lunchables even good? Sean want to launder money. No, I didn't say that. I just said I understand.
Drama area. Given the allegations against his team in person, any video or announcement to do with MrBeast has quickly become a hotbed of controversy and outrage over the past few months. And of course, to see an original YouTuber like the Diamond Minecart weigh in is a bit of a big deal for those who grew up watching him.
I don't know who that is.
Or for those still watching him. Dan TDM still pulls in massive view counts, regularly hitting the 1 million mark on new videos, which—
Wait, you mean to tell me there's a Minecraft YouTuber who's been famous for years and he hasn't talked to any children? Man, he might be a delicacy.
Means he's still got a substantial audience despite operating in an extremely saturated market. At any rate, this ended up with KSI lashing out against—
My fault. I didn't mean it like delicacy, like we gonna eat them. I just meant it like, you know what I'm saying? Rarity.
Dan, and then MrBeast attempted to smooth the whole thing over with a statement. Now perhaps if this collaboration from Logan, KSI and MrBeast occurred a couple of years ago at the height of Prime stardom, then yes, the millions of kids around the world that went nuts over the drink would have perhaps had a similar reaction. But it seems like instead, most are just asking what the point of it all is.
Don't try the pizza by Lunchly.
After all, it's not as if a Lunchly would improve the health of kids eating it. It's mostly just extremely processed food at the end of the day, which is fine for a snack, but to market it as healthy is a little too far. In his statement, MrBeast clarified that Lunchly is slightly less processed than the alternative, but this definitely did not persuade the masses on Twitter that his product is good.
Nigga said if you release this product, I will kill myself. Well, I'm gonna release it in full throttle and in maximum capacity then. Are you threatening me with suicide if I release this product and make millions? Bye. What are we doing? What's going on here? Who said this and why?
Good for kids. In short, the MrBeast, KSI and Logan Paul Lunchly drama has mostly stemmed from a single comment by Dan TDM, echoing sentiment from Jacksepticeye about MrBeast ruining YouTube by turning it into a primarily profit-based business to take advantage of fans.
Okay, let's calm down. Mr. Beast aside, because he is moving like a beast. You really gonna pin that on Mr. Beast? Really? Let me see what he said exactly. Making it more about views and money and popularity than about, bro, nah, that's not a Mr. Beast exclusive thing.
YouTube by turning it into a primarily profit-based business to take advantage of fans.
I mean, the platform of YouTube has made it like that before Mr. Beast did.
What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
I remember.
I kind of want to know more about this information. Hold on. I mean, acting like YouTube doesn't prioritize its advertisers over its creators. Like, why are you acting like Mr. Beast like created that incentive for business to be before, I guess, connection or whatever it is? I'm lost on that one. But I don't doubt, you know what I'm saying, that there's a level of soul void in the business of Mr. Beast and in business on YouTube in general, but I just don't think that's an exclusive thing to Mr. Beast. Maybe he's just mad at bro though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he just don't like him. Hold on. Oh, there's a doctor.
KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul have announced they were teaming up and launching a new food product
Chat, am I really gonna tell this doctor how to do his job? Am I gonna tell him that he's wrong at any point in this video?
called
Am I really that arrogant?
Lunchly to compete with the uber popular kids brand
I'm not gonna lie, if I see an opportunity.
Lunchables. And the reception has been less than stellar. Many creators took to social media to criticize the product and the create.
You heard of Lunchables and most likely you heard of Lunchly. Today
This
I
nigga
pronounce.
bot's tied
Wait. I don't know who that is. I mean, I don't know who this is then. Wait, a doctor, but I don't care. Every pink lunch contains Doritos Mountain Dew and Doritos Locos Taco. Why is he dissing Mexicans? This provides barely any nutrition, but it tastes so good for real. I mean, what's wrong with that? What a desperate attempt to defend such a disgusting brand. You're using Lunchables, an even worse company than your own, to make yourself look good. No, the truth is Lunchly is worse than Lunchables because Lunchly has 3 massive content creators shoving it into kids' faces. Sodium getting rebranded as Electro. That's funny. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's funny as fuck. Damn, he got me. Do doctors have riz? What happened to the... Okay, we read that one already.
Yes, you're an arrogant fuck sometimes, yet you're my favorite streamer. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, that's called charisma. And even if I can like ooze out that little, you know what I'm saying? I would like to call it an attribute from time to time. You love me regardless because that's just what I bring to your life. You know what I'm saying? You can't be rid of me. I'm really just in your mind 24/7, bro. Like, we're locked in.
Creators themselves. Logan and Jimmy were quick to push back on the critics with their own posts, and in the process created newsworthy headlines.
Wait, what
like
did they say
quick
in
to
response? God damn, that's a long tweet. Crazy how even sports medicine's doctors can't tell the difference between sodium and potassium. The reference 400 milligrams of electrolytes is the potassium in prime, you idiot. I don't believe that at all. I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchable faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset, then don't eat it. I agree with not eating it, but acting like kids that you're gonna sell it to or primarily market it to are gonna have that same level of like fully developed like autonomy. Like, yeah, they can make a decision, but a lot of the time they just be supporting whatever y'all bring out, whether it's sensible or not. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, that's kind of like a bullshit, you know, thing to say. We want to build businesses. There's nothing wrong with building businesses, but why not? You know, you got the resources to build a business that's actually beneficial to the everyday person. Why not spend more time on that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't just have to be about you and in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it could be more beneficial. It could be more usable. Y'all know the kiosks that you go to at the mall, and you know that the niggas that's about to stop you and ruin your entire visit to the mall, you know what he's about to do. He about to sell you some shit that you do not need. He gonna try to give you something that is useless to your life, serves no purpose, no benefit. But they want you to stop your entire day to pay the price that is like, I don't know what the word is. It's inflated to fucking kingdom come. You can get the same product online for probably a percentage, a fraction of the cost. But they want you to pay that amount for something that you don't need at the highest price imaginable and market it to you in your face like you stupid. Just don't do that. That's all they saying.
Push back on the critics with their own posts, and in the process create.
MKBHD just lost a paying wallpaper app and was getting flamed on Twitter for it. I mean, yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro. Like, bro, I get it. There's nothing wrong with making money, but if you've made an insane amount of money as a content creator,
And I'll touch that nigga. It's going
how
down
hard
and
can
down
it be
with
to
the
release a
team.
product that is somewhat beneficial and not just a carbon copy of something that's already existed before, but this time it can serve a purpose, and especially to the people that have basically crowdfunded your success up until this point. Of course, they didn't give you money out of their pocket a lot of the time. They could have just been watching you through viewership, but that means something. And if you're going to sell it back to them, especially with them in mind, you could be a little bit more considerate with what you put in it.
Created newsworthy headlines like,
YouTube stars are coming for your kids' lunch. It's a move that has Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI teaming up to take on Lunchables.
and I usually don't make videos discussing creators' products, but when terms like healthier or better for you get tossed around, I feel
This is true. Not to say that I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I couldn't do it, you know? That's really the biggest issue. Y'all aren't dumb enough to buy a product that's like this unusable, unless it's an iPhone. But we kind of can't escape that to certain degrees. But like, if I wanted to, I couldn't. I
It's
wouldn't do it
important-
out of the goodness of my heart. But if I wanted to, I couldn't.
to set the record straight. So, in the spirit of avoiding personal attacks, let's take a look at the science of Lunchly, including a true issue with their kits I don't think anyone has correctly pointed out yet. For those who may not know, Lunchables are basically these pre-packaged do-it-yourself meal kits. They've usually got things like crackers, deli meats, cheeses, treats, and come with a little drink. And since their inception, they've been super popular with kids. However, it's been known, especially by experts, that while these kits are fun and tasty, their nutritional value is just not good. They're often too high in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars, and don't use healthy whole food ingredients. And because they fall into the category of ultra processed foods, they aren't healthy to consume often, period. Studies actually show that those
Yeah, I had a Lunchable when I was 21 and almost died. I'm just putting that out there, bro. I don't know where it got caught or what part of my system like didn't really conjoin with the overall processing of the process, but nigga almost died. One cracker too many.
consuming high amounts of UPFs can have up to 50% higher risk of developing obesity.
Nigga said skill issue. I don't know what you're talking about.
And some specific UPFs are linked to increases in cancer. I see it even in my clinic. So many of my pediatric patients are over consuming UPFs, and it's becoming a growing problem across the country. Consumer Reports even dedicated a special feature highlighting the problems with Lunchables and why they shouldn't be consumed regularly due to health risks. My own take on Lunchables, I don't recommend parents pack them for their kids on a daily basis. A low quality food with poor nutritional value. But now what about Lunchly? Starting with the first claim, in the press release announcing the product, Logan Paul was quoted as saying Lunchly is a healthier alternative and that it's a better for you lunch option compared to Lunchables.
And I know he's about to go into the science of it, which I understand, agree with, and respect as a professional, brother. Like, I'm looking at you like we're basically twinsies. But nobody's eating this every day. I mean, I get it. I do. I understand. I get what's going on here, but like, nobody's mass buying this product and having it on a daily basis, bro. It's just not that serious.
Isn't inherently problematic. I just think if a company was truly interested in creating a healthier lunch kit for kids, the USDA standards should be the minimum starting requirements. Otherwise, we're simply propagating the problem even further. One of my hopes is that in navigating the future feedback on this company, the guys hire a health professional to guide them in making messaging more accurate. I just saw someone ask about heavy metal contamination, and Logan responded with a video of an X-ray machine checking for foreign materials. That checks for stray objects accidentally getting into the meal.
Chill. I agree. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically what I've been warning the general public about for the last 15 years. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, realistically speaking, right? And I do understand the alternative, the option. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's... how much does this cost first before I say what I'm going to say? How much does it cost? How much does a Lunchly cost in comparison to a Lunchable?
Not heavy metal contaminations like we discussed earlier with Lunchables and lead. And saying a food has more electrolytes, therefore it must be better or healthier, is just not true. Foods with an incredibly high sodium content and electrolyte are not considered particularly healthy.
The amount of people that are going to get to 800 pounds in their lifetime is almost 1%, maybe 3.8%. And I know we're in the most obese country in the entire world, but still, that's crazy. Second of all, I'm trying not to say it as like an asshole because there is an element of affordability that a lot of these lunch packages offer.
Warning the general public for the last 15 years.
Chill.
Buddy, you were gooning over snow bunnies on Facebook 10 years ago.
I wasn't. I don't know why you just lied like that. Why do niggas come in here and project? You as an Indian man who decided that you wanted to bust some nuts to, I don't know what white you could think of in your mind a couple weeks ago, and you decided to come over here and project that experience onto me. We're not doing it, brother. I don't give a fuck. Second of all, without trying to sound like an asshole, like, I know the affordability that some of these lunch boxes and fast food in general bring. You know what I'm saying? That isn't lost on me. But I feel like there's a level of concern that comes with this that I feel like shouldn't, only because it's obvious that this isn't the makeup of a child's diet, and these things are consumed in not excess or not in bulk. But I feel like there's like a level of expectation that should come along with all of these products, as though they are consumed in moderation and not, you know what I'm saying, 10 at a time. Where I understand why there could be a sodium issue, but while I was sick, you know what I was eating, chat? I was eating, what do you call it? SpaghettiOs, or not SpaghettiOs, but spaghetti and meatballs. I love eating like broths, hot food, or canned food whenever I'm sick. It just makes me feel better. But it's terrible for you. One spaghetti and meatballs costs like, not that it costs, but there's like 12 to 1300 milligrams of sodium in one can. In one can. It's cool, just not in high volume. Chicken noodle soup, same thing. You don't eat these things in high volume. Every now and again, if a kid wants to have a Lunchable once a week, even twice a week, he's not gonna die in 2 days. If a kid wants to have a Lunchly in the same capacity, as long as they keep a close eye on their child's nutrition, a Lunchly is not a big problem. They can make a heavier deal out of the fast food that the kid is probably gonna eat throughout his week than a Lunchly. A kid needs whole foods, complete foods, foods that are cooked. If you want your kid to have the best overall experience, then again, you're gonna have to make their food. Again, I know that's less affordable, but even if you gave them a Lunchly, they're not gonna die. They're gonna be okay. There's just a level of sensationalizing to this situation that I feel like is unfair, given that lack of sensationalization that we give to the other products that we're comparing it to. But don't get me wrong, I understand why the healthy connotation that's connected to it can be looked at with a side eye. I understand that, but why are we pretending like this is a unique situation and that the two of them are scumbags? That's just what I always knew business to be. And maybe if that's the case, then yeah, sure, all businessmen are scumbags then. Okay, cool. But let's just stop acting like you're feeding this to your kid like every meal or something like that. I just feel like it's a little overblown in my opinion. All businessmen are evil. Well, say that then. Say that. You know, I don't disagree to a certain extent. There's practices in every field of business that I disagree with, every major corporation that I disagree with to some extent. But I just find it hard to uniquely criticize KSI and Logan Paul for this particular move, knowing that there are so many alternatives and ways that you don't have to interact with this product, and you can still do it just in moderation and with a watchful eye. Unless you think that your kids are gonna go to the wolves when they leave from your house and go to school, I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is.